Hi, and thanks for watching this video, which is about playing PT3 files on the Oric Atmos computer. So what you see here is my VS Code environment, and I've loaded my repo to show you the different components. The README here just gives us a very basic overview. So essentially, it's C and ASM source for playing Protracker 3 files using the Oric software development kit. So I've built it using the OSDK toolchain, which means that you'll be able to play PT3 mod files in the background, interrupt driven, and be able to access the player to start and stop, etc., from C. Um, the OSDK itself has to be already installed and configured because it uses some paths. You have to run it under CMD, so you can see my shell here is actually CMD, not PowerShell. But then once you've got everything installed, there's some helper scripts like OSDK build and OSDK execute that allows you to quickly try out your experiments and then quickly check if it works and be able to build and try in a very easy way. Um, let me show you very quickly before going to all of the detail what it is that we have here. So if we go to main.c, very simple file. I have some imports declared for the PT3 player. So initializing the IRQ handler, then initializing a song, muting and unmuting songs. Here I've got a couple of external arrays which are defined elsewhere, which defines the two song files that I've got here, and I'll talk about those in a minute. And then the main file doesn't do much at all, prints a little prompt, this poke just switches off the key clicks, starts the IRQ so that the mod player can run in the background, and then every time you press a key, it switches between two song files. Either it's going to be Super Mario or it's going to be Popcorn. So that's all that main does, which is not much. The big part of it is the PT3 player itself. So this is actually a file already made available on the web. It's a Vortex Tracker 2 player for the 6502 by Scalextrix from 2018. And it was actually translated from the ZX Spectrum player code, which is a Z80 machine, originally by SV Bulba and Ivan Roshin. So all I've done is really import all of this and adjust uh, the, the the format of the assembly so it will assemble under OSDK. I've defined some zero-page locations to use for the rest of the file. I've got a counter here. The reason I've got this counter is because the Oric has a 10 millisecond interrupt, so that's 100 times a second, but the PT3 player only needs to run 50 times a second. So this counter is just used to play every alternate IRQ. Then I keep the old IRQ so that we can maintain the normal Oric internal functions during an IRQ. So now what I've added to the PT3 player is to initialize the IRQ. That saves the old IRQ and installs the player. And also, as I said, when it does execute the IRQ for the player, it only executes the player every other tick. And then all the other routines are fairly standard. I've just made them available to the C file by starting with an underscore. And that's why I can access them from C as I've defined here. Anyway, that's quite a lot of detail. Just quickly on the sound files themselves, the song files. So you can see here Popcorn PT3. This is a binary file. So what I've done is use one of the OSDK utilities to convert a binary file into just a static set of bytes, formed bytes in memory using the assembler directive .byt. So that's just a very nice and easy way to incorporate into the main, which refers to the data file as an array of char external. And then in the config of OSDK, I just have to highlight here. These are the four files I have to build: main.c, the assembler file for the PT3 player, and then the two song files. So how do I then go and build this? So as I said, you just type OSDK build and then enter. Goes very quickly. Actually, it seems to cache things on Windows, so it might take 3 or 4 seconds the very first time, but 0.16 seconds to build pt3 player.tap, which is a 10K file. That obviously includes the pt3 player and two song files. So it looks big, but it has got quite a lot of data in there. The actual pt3 player itself is approximately 4K, I think, so the rest of it is song files. So now let's go and execute this. All that does is fires up the emulator and loads this pt3 player.tap file, so you don't have to wait around or type anything. It will just start for you. So let's go. So as you saw in main, I have to press any key. So let's do that. So hopefully you can hear now a tune that's quite recognizable. Super Mario Brothers from the Nintendo Entertainment System. Obviously this is a tune written for a computer game, so it transfers well to something like the Oric, and it's very memorable, iconic track from back in the day. Now if I switch over, this is one of my favorite tunes actually. Hopefully you recognize it as well, a classic track from the 70s, I think, but it's Popcorn by Hot Butter, and yeah, makes for a nice funky tune. I actually use it on a couple of games, demo games I've written for both the Oric and my homebrew computer as well. So yeah, that's it. Let's not keep this video overly long, but the repo is available on GitHub, and you can download this and use it in whatever way you want to help you play song files on the Oric. One quick thing about the song files is these pt3 song files are actually available on the web. There's hundreds of them, if not thousands, and so you'll have a huge choice of song files to be able to use for your own purpose, and you just have to convert them to assembly files so you can incorporate them in your program. But yeah, these are two that I've got from the web, and I think they sound pretty good on the Oric. Alright, well, thanks for watching this video.